All right, welcome back. So, doing a 1992 Fleer football cello pack or jumbo pack wax break. This set really has nothing crazy going on in it, but it is a set that I collected when I was a kid. And a nice, clean, simple design. Nothing too crazy, again, to pick up. Let's see what it says here. Features rookie sensations, pro visions, NFL prospects, 32 cards in a pack. Collect Mark Rippon performance highlights. That was the Super Bowl champion Washington Redskins quarterback that year. He had a quick, decent little career. Won the Super Bowl there with Joe Gibbs. Mark Rippon, I think his daughter ended up being a pretty good like lingerie league football quarterback. And then maybe I'm thinking of, I know Dan Marino was affiliated with NASCAR, and for some reason I think Mark Rippon was too. Yeah, I'm just looking for like some of the stars of the day: Barry Sanders, Troy Aikman, Jerry Rice, Emmitt Smith. There's no Joe Montana in this one because I think he was hurt that year, and then he went to the Chiefs later. John Elway, Dan Marino, Warren Moon, Jim Kelly, some of those guys, and then some of the inserts be kind of neat. So here we go. Here's the first pack. There's Pete Stoyanovich, kicker for the Dolphins. Nate Odoms. He's a really good corner for a while there. Good shutdown corner for the Bills right out of the Super Bowl teams. Good tight end for the Bills. Brian Mitchell, heck of a kick return guy. Kelso, always had that protective part on his helmet there to protect against concussions, so it made his head look even bigger. Lewis Oliver, him and Jarvis Williams are a good safety tandem for Miami. Vesty Jackson, former Bear. Shane Conlon, decent linebacker. Howard Ballard, perennial Pro Bowler. Aeneas Williams, I believe, ended up being a Hall of Famer, league leader card. Harry Galbraith, Aaron Craver, Gary Clark, pretty good receiver. Here's one of the first prospects here in this set. No hot rookies really that stand out in this set. I don't know. I guess we'll see what we come across, but nothing that really stands out that I can recall. Michael Moody. There's Andre Bad Moon Rising. Everybody knows about him because Lisa Left Eye Lopez, what was she from TLC? She burned down his mansion. Michael Carter. There's Derek Thomas, rest in peace. Very good linebacker. Don Moosebar. Steve Sewell. Keith DeLong. Just a nice, clean design, I think. Definitely improvement on the 1991 Fleer with that green. I hated that set. Calvin Williams. I'll show you the back here in a second. Keith Byers. Really good receiving back on the backfield. Let's look at Keith Byers. There we go. We got out of Ohio State. Big back. 6'1", 240. Never really rushed for 1,000 yards in his career, but collectively he was good receiving back. So he was over, backs are kind of measured by the amount they rush for. His first two seasons he had over 1,100 yards from scrimmage, rushing and receiving. So that's pretty good. You pull together the touchdowns. He's in 10 touchdowns his first year, 5 his second year. But that's the back. There's David Treadwell, Jim Harris, longtime Packer great, and then went over to the 49ers. How many sacks did he have with the Packers? 19 and a half in 1989. I think he probably led the league in sacks that year. Gaston Green, Mike Kroll. He was, I think, the Defensive Rookie of the Year. Maybe it'll say on the back here. Was named Associated Press Defensive Rookie of the Year after he led all NFL rookies with 10 sacks. Yeah, Rookie of the Year that year out of Nebraska, first-round draft pick. Nebraska had some really good teams in the 80s and 90s. Don Salamua, I think, was he Hawaiian? Or maybe Samoan? I don't remember. Broderick Thomas, Mark Jackson, another rookie, Keith Hamilton. I think he had a decent little career. I think he was drafted by Tampa. Yeah, I don't know. Does it really say on there? I think he played mostly with Tampa Bay. There's Michael Irvin, and then we got a checklist. All right, so that's the first pack. I'm not going to go through every pack like that, but just kind of want to do that. All right, and out of this pack, I can see right now, so we got Neil O'Donnell in the front. I think that's his rookie. He's famously known for throwing, I get this right, I think he threw 3 interceptions in the Super Bowl, all to Larry Brown. Not Larry Brown. Larry Brown, unless that's the guard I'm getting confused with. There's a cornerback for the Cowboys. I think he picked him off twice, and right in the flat, and ran it back for touchdowns. And then they got Neil Anderson right there on the back. But if you look, I don't know if you can see, it's not all white. You can see there's like an insert card here. If we just kind of bump it a little, we'll get to it in a second. So it's a Rookie Sensations, had the green with the white field markers there. All right, so Neil O'Donnell, Eric Green, Ray Crockett, really good corner. Romanowski, Andre Tippett, Hall of Famer. Rod Woodson, Hall of Famer. Willie Green had some okay years. There's another rookie, Leon Searcy, James Hasty, Steve Young. Tracy, I mentioned there's no Joe Montana in this set. I think he got hurt that year, and then Steve Young came in. I'm cutting the tops off. There's Barry Sanders. So we got Barry Sanders and Steve Young in the same pack. So Barry was at, this was his 3rd year in the league that year. Over 4,000 yards rushing, 43 rushing touchdowns, 4 touchdowns receiving. So nice looking card there. I'll set that one aside. There's Jeff Gossett, another checklist. Lemuel Stinson. I think I'll set all my Bears aside too. I think that was the first one. Scott Davis, Nick Bell, high draft pick out of the University of Iowa. Didn't really amount to much in the NFL. Marcus Allen. Ricky Jackson ended up being a Hall of Famer. John Roper, pretty much a bust for the Bears. I want to say he came out of Ohio State. Maybe I'm wrong. No, Texas A&M. There's Mongo McMichael. How many sacks? 9 that year. Mongo was just a beast of a man. He ended up coaching some like little arena league up here in Chicago area. Probably been 10 years ago now. I remember going to watch some of the games at the Sears Center in Hoffman Estates, and got like front row seats for really cheap. I don't know, maybe $15, and yeah, it wasn't a very good product. I remember always saying it that me and my buddy overpaid for those seats. But anyway, it's still neat to go out and see that. There's Jim Harbaugh, Bobby Hebert, not Hebert, Quinn Early, Mark Carrier. A lot of Bears in this pack. And the rookie is Michael Jackson. So I did have this card, and I was thinking of this card when I on another Bear, the Neil Anderson on the back. I was thinking about the rookie sensations that I might get, and it's like, well, I had the Michael Jackson, and here's Michael Jackson. What do you know? Didn't really do much for the Browns, but then again, who did? All right, so that's that's 2 packs in. So we're in number 3 here. Let's speed it up a little. I don't see any insert there. Let's move this out of the way. Okay, there's Greg Townsend, there's Chris Carter. I always like these art cards. No pun intended, I guess, because of Art Monk. But the art work here on these, that looks really cool. So Ageless Art Monk. So this is part of the regular series of the set. You see 473 at the bottom, so it's not really in an insert for this set, but a cool looking card. And I'll set that one aside too. There's just Jeff Hostetler. He led the Giants to the Super Bowl. The next year, or was it that year? He came in for Phil Simms. Harold Green had some pretty good years. There's Tommy Waddle for the Bears. Very cool player. Sean Jefferson. Brian Blades, Curtis Duncan, Tim McKyer, Joe Bowden. Renzo White, Craig McEwen. Don't know who that is. Never even seen that card, I don't think, before. Out of Utah. 6'1", 220. Tight end. Henry Thomas, pretty good player. John L. Williams, Bruce Matthews, Thurman Thomas, the Thurminator. Let's see. Guy had over 2,000 yards from scrimmage that year and 12 touchdowns. Now, he started over Barry Sanders at Oklahoma State. But I think Barry was like a freshman when Thurman was a senior or something like that. And even Thurman recognized how great Barry was going to be. I know, watching one of those documentaries about Barry, I remember hearing him say something. Supposedly, he said when he was at Oklahoma State that how these guys need to look out for Barry, how good he was going to be. Moose Johnston, one of my favorite Cowboys. I really liked him. Set him to the side. Jeff Kemp. Didn't really play that much. Drafted and acquired in waivers 91. Didn't say when he was drafted. Not familiar with that guy. Steve Walsh. Brent Williams. There's Emmitt Smith. Nice. So I got Barry Sanders and Barry in the first pack, I think, and now Emmitt and Thurman in the second or third pack. Jesse Tuggle, he was a good linebacker. And there's Chris Miller. Okay. All right, so I'm got a lot of the cards I already wanted to get. And let's see what else we pull out of this. Yeah, again, this set is not really worth much, but that's fine. I'm just kind of opening it for nostalgic purposes. There's the Magic Man, Don Majkowski. Decent quarterback. And then I don't remember the circumstances of him getting hurt. And then the Packers moved on to, bigger and better things than Brett Favre. But Don Majkowski there for a little bit. He was the Magic Man and kind of revitalizing Green Bay, who since the Lombardi years and the early Super Bowls and 70s into the 80s were a pretty piss-poor team for a while. Jesse Hester. To give you an idea, I had 5 male cousins ranging from, the oldest one was probably born in 72, and then the youngest one I think was born in like 87. So it's like 15 years apart. But 5 boy cousins that grew up in southwestern Wisconsin, mostly in the 80s and early 90s, and none of them are Packer fans. That's because the Packers were so bad when they were kids, except for the youngest one. John Freese, Aeneas Williams, Brian Noble, Jackie Slater. There's another Barry Sanders, the league leaders. Keith Woodside. There's a lot of Packers in this pack. So it looks like some of these packs are just loaded with one team over the other. I just had my Bear pack, so it looks like I'm getting all Packers in this one. Reggie Cobb. The Cleveland Gary. I always thought his name should be Gary Cleveland. Like they got it backwards. Ricky Sanders, Art Monk. I got the Gary Clark already. Ken Harvey, he was an underrated linebacker for the Cardinals. But he played for the Cardinals, so you didn't hear much about him. Out of California. Tim Crumry, Sean Landetta. Bears, 85 Bears team, was it a divisional playoff game? Or maybe, I think they played the Rams in the championship game. But yeah, so divisional playoff, Sean Landetta went to punt the ball, and he completely missed it. And I want to say Sean Gale picked it up and ran it in for a touchdown. And that was kind of started the Bears' onslaught for that win. There's Rodney Hampton, good running back in the day. Rodney Holman, good tight end. Johnny Johnson, Jumbo John Elliott. He was a favorite of John Madden's. Where's John Elliott out of college? Michigan. Yeah, that's right. Maurice Carthon, Arkansas State. And there's Kevin Turner. I remember him. I can't remember who the hell he played for. For some reason I want to say Cleveland. Alright, so we're going to do about half this box tonight because I just got back and I'm tired and I got to get up early and it's late. Alright, so here's Dwayne Bickett, and you can see we got another rookie sensation here. You see that green outline there? Dwayne Bickett, Chip Banks, Scott Radiak, Hugh Millen. So he's the backup on Tecmo Super Bowl for the Atlanta Falcons behind Chris Miller. When it should have been Brett Favre, that would have been awesome. There's Millen. Mike Ken, Michael Haynes, Steve Young, league leader. Bill Fralick, longtime guard for the Falcons. Maurice Hurst, Harlow's Case. All right, so there's our rookie sensation, James Joseph. Yep. And on the back of that, we have I think this is going to be my Falcons pack because I've already seen a lot of Falcons, and it looks like here's another one, Steve Broussard. Oh, there's the cool art card. That's Thurman Thomas. Doug Smith. There's another Thurman Thomas, a league leader. There's Warren Moon. There's James Joseph, who's the rookie sensation, I guess. Rookie sensation out of Auburn. He's 7th round in 91. Not much a sensation, really. Joe Green, fastest man in the NFL. Charles Haley. Sammy Smith could not hold on to the football, and he was run out of the league pretty darn quick as a result. Nate Newton, I think he's a Hall of Famer. Jim Leahy, he might be too. Ernest Givens, Steve Berline, Clyde Simmons, and Mark Higgs. Mark Higgs went to Kentucky University. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to be giving most of these cards away. Oh, I ruined this pack as far as opening it. I don't see any insert on this. Alright, there's a Bronco, Greg Cragen, our carrier. Oh, there's a Warren Moon card. So I got 3 of the art cards so far. Rod Thomas, not the singer. Mecklenburg. Is this my Bronco pack? Maybe Chiefs. Mark Stefanoski, really good center. Oh, there's another Bronco. There's another Chief. Todd Bowles. I think he's coaching now. Richter, Jonathan Hayes. That's in my Chiefs pack. Dino Hackett, Tim Barnett. There's a repeat of some of the cards I got earlier. Yep. Like the same exact order. Yep, same rookie too. Michael Moody I got earlier. Andre Rison. Yep. A lot of these coming in the same order. That's okay. I don't mind if I get a bunch of more Emmitt Smiths or Barry Sanders cards. That'd be cool. Or Marino or something like that. But even though I haven't got those yet. Alright, so I already saw some of these cards. Okay, so yes, so here's Larry Brown. That's who I was talking about with Neil O'Donnell. Got, I think, 3 interceptions in that Super Bowl. He was a decent ball player, but not like a superstar. Texas Christian University. William Thomas. Reggie Roby. Alvin Harper. Nice outlet receiver there from Michael Irvin and Novacek and Emmitt Smith. The Cowboys, and then he left to go to Tampa for some big money. You can't blame him to get paid, and yeah, he didn't really do much after that. Ray Horton, Jeff Cross, John Taylor, Terrell Buckley. Now that might be one of the better rookies in this set. Buckley had a decent career, but I don't think there's really like any big star Hall of Fame rookies in this set. Calvin Martin, good return man. Pritchard, Ruzek, Vincent Smith. He went on to play with the Bears later. Sam Mills, Eric Pegram. Lots of Colts. There's an Emmitt Smith. I think, was this the Falcon pack or was that another one? I don't know. Alright, getting some repeats. There's another Derek Thomas. Yep, seen a lot of these cards already. Another Keith Hamilton. Another league leader, another checklist. Another Warren Moon art card. Mark Murphy, Todd Light, Stoyanovich, league leader. Tillman. Alright. So I'm doing the top part of this box. So we got 4 packs to go, and then we'll do, what is that, 16 packs tomorrow? So 32 packs in this. Another checklist. Stan Thomas, he was a big bust for the Bears. This is definitely the Raider pack. There's Timmy Brown. A few more Bears. There's Brad Muster. Darren Lewis. Richard Dent. Trace Armstrong. Barry Foster, he retired really early. He was a good running back out of Arkansas. Mel Gray. There's Novacek. I liked him. Barry Word. Matt LaBounty. Louis Lips. Dan Owens. Darrell Williams. Mel Gray again. Okay. No Mark Rippon cards yet, which is fine. The insert cards. And these insert cards are kind of hard to get, I think, in this box. Here's Jim Everett, William Perry, Robert Del Pino, Pat Chillin Swillin, Siren Stacy, Tom Zach as a Packer. That's kind of was odd to see. Steve Gordon. Yep, a bunch of Packers in this pack. Greg Lewis. He didn't really pan out. People thought he was going to do a lot. Was he first round? He was a 5th round pick out of Washington. Okay. Jay Schrader. This guy was deaf, I think. Kenny Walker. Kenny was named the Broncos' most inspirational player after recording 3 sacks, forcing 2 fumbles out of Nebraska. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was deaf. He's deaf, if I remember right. Frank Reich, one of the best comebacks of all time in the playoffs against the, not if you're an Oiler fan. That was crazy. I remember watching that game. I remember thinking, like, this game is over. and then just slowly they came back, and you're like, what is going on? Okay, so we got our third rookie sensation coming up, because you can see the edge again. This green white edge. Neil Smith, good sacker. Oh, this is another Chief pack. James Lofton. Bills. Don Beebe. See, he's coaching at the school I used to go to now, Aurora University. Aeneas Williams. All right, this is probably the best one I could get. And because I'm pretty sure he's Hall of Fame, ain't he? So we'll set that one aside. Carlton Bailey. Nate Lewis. One of the Marx brothers. Brian Cox. I want to say he went to Western Illinois. He did go to Western Illinois. Ernest Biner. Chris Mims. He was pretty good for a little bit for the Chargers. I think he was the defensive rookie of the year. Brian Jordan. He would have been defensive rookie of the year after Mike Kroll then. Christian Okoye. What a stud he was. Maranovich. Reggie White, speaking of studs. Eric Allen, darn good corner. Merton Hanks, he always looked like he had the longest neck ever because of like his shoulder pads. Johnny Elway, Steve Atwater, talk about guys that could hit. Vinny Testaverde. Alright, so this is the last pack for the night because it is 2 minutes after midnight and I should be in bed. We'll finish off the rest of the box tomorrow. Torrey Epps, and then we'll do a recap. Might just do a recap instead of the box. Irving Fryer, Vincent Brown. Oh, there's a cool Ronnie Lott card. So Ronnie went to the Raiders at that point in his career. Kevin Mack. Kurt Govea. Steve Bono, rookie. Kenny Norton. Alvin Harper again. Wilbur Marshall. John Taylor. There's another Buckley again. Alright, last two. You know, yeah, I'm just going to do that. Carl Lee. He had quite a few picks, I think. 24 at that point in his career. Drafted in 83. So yeah, I'm just going to do recap on the rest of them tomorrow and show you what all I found and what I decided to keep. Alright, so we'll do a part 2. Thank you for watching.